Hello, Coach Holmes here, and today we're going to be talking about surface area of pyramids and cones. So this is again another part of finding surface area of three-dimensional figures, but again we're breaking it down into parts so that way we don't get overwhelmed with too much of surface area. And besides, the surface area of cones and pyramids are very similar other than the base. So for example, surface area for pyramids. So remember AL is lateral area with basically just all the faces that are not base. And TA is total area. Okay, so we just gotta remember that. So the big thing is with pyramids is that for lateral area, it's 1/2 times SP, which S is just the slant height, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And total area is 1/2 SP plus B. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, P is the perimeter of the base. S is the slant height. And B is the area of the base. Okay, so remember P is just the perimeter. So whatever the base is, we just add up all the sides and that's our perimeter. Slant height, remember, it's not the height that goes up and down, but rather the one that's slanted. Because remember, with pyramids and cones, they're going to have a common point at the very top, which means all the face is going to be leaning. So the side that leans is my slant height. That's what I want to look for. And then the B being the area of the base, well, whatever the base is, we just got to find the area. So it could be a rectangle, it could be a square, it could be a triangle, it may even be an octagon. Whatever the case may be, we just gotta find the area of that specific base. So it could be any type of shape for the base. Now for a cone, however, the base is always going to be a circle. Alright? So the base of that is always going to be pi r squared. But for lateral area, it's going to be pi r s. That's the lateral area for a cone. And then total area is pi r s plus pi r squared. So the biggest thing we got to remember is that pi is just that's the symbol of pi. This is just the symbol of pi, which is 3.14. S, remember, is the slant height. And then R is the radius. So of course we just got to remember those things. Now, so let's take a couple of examples real quick. So let's look at this pyramid. So I have a square pyramid because notice I have 6. This is the length of 6. This is the length of 6. So I'm assuming it's basically a rectangle, or in this case, a square. So these are 6s. And I want to go back to the fact that for lateral area, because that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for lateral area. Sorry, just getting ahead of myself. But for lateral area, it's 1/2 times the slant height times the perimeter. So 1/2 goes down. Now, the slant height is this right here. So I know that's going to be 5. And the perimeter is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which gives me 24. So 1/2 times 5 times, well, if I do it all at once, I can do it all at once. So 1/2 times 5 times 24 is going to give me 60. So just the lateral faces altogether is 60 as far as lateral area. Now what about a cone? Well, remember, lateral area is pi rs. Well, we know what the radius is. The radius is 6. This is my height, so I gotta be able to find slant height. But remember, we got a right triangle here. So I can use Pythagorean theorem to solve for it. So 6 and 8 are both the legs. That means I'm doing 6 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. I'm going to call that x. So 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64. Add those up, that gives me 100. Square root of 100, x equals 10. So my slant height, I can say, is 10. So then if I multiply all this out, 3.14 times 6 times 10, my lateral area is 188.4. So that's the lateral area for a cone, okay? So the biggest thing we gotta be able to remember is we gotta be able to find the slant height. If it's given to us, great. If not, as long as we're given the height and the radius or the length or this length here, we should be able to use Pythagorean theorem. Now, moving on. We want to find the total surface area. So this time, we want to find total. So remember to recall, it's 1/2 S times P plus the base. So TA is 1/2 times slant height times perimeter plus the area of the base. So this red line right here tells me that is the slant height. So 1/2 times 8. I gotta be able to find my perimeter, which all these are equal lengths. So we can assume that we can say that all of them are 5s. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives me 20. And we gotta find the area of the base, which is 5 times 5, which is 25. So then, 1/2 times 8 times 20 gives me 80 plus 25. So my total area is 105. So again, we gotta find part of it is given as the lateral area, and then add it to the base, and we add those together to get us our total. Now, cone shouldn't be any different. Luckily, unlike the previous one, we got our slant height. So if we can just recall what the total area is, pi rs plus pi r squared. So remember, I just gotta know that this is my slant height, and this is my radius. So my total area is 3.14 times 5 times 13 plus 3.14 times 5 squared. So I'm going to multiply all this out. The 3.14 times 5 times 13, 204.1. And I'll multiply all this out. 3.14 times 5 squared, 78.5. Add those two together. 282.6. And that will give me my surface area for the cone. So the biggest thing we got to recall is that the lateral area is for pyramid is 1/2 times the slant height times the perimeter, while the total is the lateral area plus the area of the base. Cone is the same idea, except it's pi r(s), or pi times the radius times the slant height, and the total area is the lateral area plus the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. As long as we remember those key factors, we will be able to find both lateral area and total surface area. Thank you, and have a good day.